everybody. Welcome to NPS Focus. We've got myself and Candy tonight. We'll have one more, so you guys are going to be fully entertained tonight. We're going to continue talking about ghosts and hauntings this month, and I'm going to turn it over to Candy to do some announcing honors.
Well, we've had a changeover in some department chair positions. Our new lead department chair for the Ghosts and Hauntings division is Alan Marston.
Woohoo!
We needed somebody strong in that division that we know that will develop the department, and Alan is that guy.
I think that's awesome.
And I know, right? And taking Alan's place in the health and safety department is Shelley. She's going to be our new our department chair there, and her assistant chair is going to be Catherine Moore.
They're going to do great taking up health and safety. You know, Alan's had it for so long, I think they're just going to take and grow it more. And I'm glad to see now Alan kind of sliding over into something that's going to really challenge him.
Right?
Yeah, so, you know, we're going to go on the spot tonight, too, aren't we?
Yep, because the reps have been going pretty easy on him lately, and we can't have him, resting on his laurels or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, Alan, welcome to the show, and congratulations on the new position.
Thank you. I'm very excited to take it.
Now, you know
we're
that
celebrating for you.
Up on you more.
Oh, yeah. I can actually grow more with this one, I think.
I think so, too. Yeah. The Ghosts and Hauntings historically has been kind of underutilized. Once Sherry let it go, it just kind of stagnated. And we've had a couple chairs in there who weren't really motivated to mold it or to shape it or, to grow it. And it's the largest committee that we have.
Hey guys,
a lot of people don't realize.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt. Let me call Alan back because we're getting a terrible feedback on this end.
Okay.
All right, hold on, Alan.
All right.
In the meantime, while we wait for Alan to come on, you guys, it's still Ghost and Hauntings month. The photography team has this week for discussion week, so we hope you guys are enjoying what we're bringing to you. We're trying to take it from the aspect of looking at ghost and hauntings through the camera's eyes. So we're kind of doing a little bit more photo trading on stuff, but you guys are getting some excellent information out there. So you guys kind of join in on the threads this week as well. Sounds like we've got Alan back now.
I'm back. Is that better?
Much.
Yeah, it's like the ghost and hauntings. We didn't really have like a, I don't even know how to say it. There was like no definition to it before I took it over. And then after I took it over, it was like, okay, what do we really want to do with this department? And then I think when we had it held off or passed on to other chairs, they kind of were kind of like, what's going on? What do I need to do? What do I need to cover? And it's kind of like, each department, you make it its own. Photography was very stagnant when I took it over. And oh my gosh, look at how much it's grown now. So, it's just a matter of making the department what you want it to be. And I think we're going to start seeing some major changes to Ghost and Hauntings with Alan in charge now.
Absolutely. We have that guest list in Ghosts and Hauntings to be working off too, so that we can start bringing people some of the more popular hauntings and maybe some of the less known. That, it is, each department is supposed to bring a subject to the members page once a week. And Alan is very consistent. He's stable with that, and he's got a great group of people under him. So I can just see that there's going to be so much information brought in from so many different perspectives. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Well,
hopefully we can bring it up to NPS standards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Look what you did with health and safety. And it took me to get a mental health professional and an RN to replace you.
2 people to replace one.
Wow.
How about that? So, Alan, you kind of got put on the spot today with all of this. So what do you think, kind of putting your hands around it, getting your head around it, what do you think you're going to want to do first with the department, trying to kind of ramp it up a little bit?
Basically not nothing too major at this point. I want to take it off really slow and just kind of build as we go, and hopefully bring it into a lot more perspective, not splitting the group as ghosts and hauntings, but kind of where they'll be kind of their separate entities, but also work together as well.
Yeah, I think that'll be awesome.
Well, I mean, if you have ghosts, you have hauntings, so it's kind of parallel.
Well, and I think if we start focusing more on bringing more attention to the department, which we haven't really done, I think when you're talking about famous locations, I think everybody knows about them, but I think it's the more lesser known that people really want to read and learn about, and I think that's where we're going to start kind of getting a draw. And I think there's still more to ghost and hauntings to be explored than just that as well.
Yeah, you know, and we have the opportunity really to affect the flow of NPS in the page with each department bringing in the subject matter that they're supposed to every day. To kind of elevate it from the novice perspective. We're still bringing information, and we'll teach the newcomer, but we're also trying to bring in more information that's going to feed the experienced person also. Like I said, you know, NPS right now is really, really working on raising the bar.
I think we're going to see some more changes. I mean, Candy, it's almost been a year now that you've held the reins, and we've come a long way in 10 months. So I think kind of getting around the curve of 2014 going into 2015, you know, we've got Project Endeavor coming up. We're pushing a little bit harder on all the departments. Everybody once a week has a topic to post on the members page. Once a month, we've got an article to post on the website. So, you know, we've got a lot of stuff that we're pushing and going with. I think raising the bar is what we need to do at this point, especially with Endeavor coming on. I mean, I know that I've got my own little projects kind of surrounding the back end of that keep me busy, but I think it says something to the folks that have been around for a while. We've had Alan around for a very long time. That want to be committed and that want to kind of grow NPS and see what it really can be. And it means a lot to us that we do have reps and directors that are there, you know, right there in the trenches with us.
Right. Well, I know that people come to the page and they kind of look at it and go, well, why do you need this structure? Because, well, they have no idea that we've got 28 pages, a full website, and a major project getting ready to launch. And you know, we're not your backyard investigation team. You know,
you're amateurs either.
Huh?
We're not your amateur set either.
No, and I mean, people have to realize that, you know, our rep set is amazing. We have an engineer from NASA. We have retired military. We have mental health professionals. We have people with RN degrees. We have firefighters. You know, we have retired military. We have stay-at-home moms. We have retired paralegals. We have, I mean, I don't think there's a facet of life we don't care. A facet that we don't cover.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and where would we be without our control freak, you know, executive assistants and organizers and our OSHA specialists? I mean, everybody brings something so amazing to the table. And, you know, and keeping with that and moving forward, you know, I think we have so far we can go. And, you know, and the executive committee really does have a plan of action for NPS. We have a vision. Maybe not an end vision because we don't know where this is going to end yet. But, you know, the next phase of this is launching the Endeavor project and getting credible teams to submit information so we can start establishing scientific baselines across the United States. That's going to take us to the next level, you know, and, you know, the teams that are less credible that go into your house and throw glitter all over the place and pretend that your house is free of the devil, you know, they're going to get pushed. They're going to get pushed to the side, you know, and that's what I would like to see. Honestly, if a bunch of charlatans showed up to my house, told me I had a demon in here, when I'm asking you, friends, you'd get tased at the door. I'm sorry, I wouldn't take your bullshit. I just wouldn't. I'm not stupid, and we have to stop treating the client like this is some kind of epic Dungeons and Dragons game, you know?
Right.
And that's where, like, the expertise of Alan comes in. You know, being a firefighter, he actually has just an incredible sense of process. And, you know, his first responders training, I think, is a huge benefit to what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because you can walk in, assess the situation, and, you know, format a plan of action from that. I think your training makes you incredibly efficient because of the fact you can walk in, you can see it, and you organize it. Mm-hmm. You know, my husband is one of those people that can stand there and look at something and see the big picture. And I admire that so much about him. I'm a detail person. It's got to be very linear for me, and if it's not, I will make it such, so that I can process it quickly. And I'm not a patient person. You know what I mean? It goes from here, so I can get to here. And that doesn't mean I'm not detail oriented. It doesn't mean I don't take possibilities into consideration. I'm just a very kind of black-white person where all that goes.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I am too. And I think that's why the two of us running things on the back end makes everything run so much smoother. Mm-hmm. If you're not, I'm catching it, and we're kind of keeping it going. For you guys watching the show, we did drop Alan. We were having some technical difficulties, so hopefully he'll join us in the chat room here in a little bit. You guys can chat with him some more there, but I did want to let you guys know that I know we're having a little bit of issue there. So I think it's going to be great having Alan in that season. Now I'm going to start cracking on him a little bit more.
He's trying to get out of it, texting me. We can do this some other time if you want. Go get him, Eric. Don't let him off. Get him.
Tell him he needs to get in the chat room.
All right.
I'm hearing in the chat room you guys are scared we gave Alan something big to do. You know, he needs it. We need to keep him challenged. We've had Alan around for a while. I didn't want to see him get promoted, but he absolutely deserved it. So I kind of enjoy being on the page with him at night when you've got the diva and the beast going at stuff. So we kind of have.
Right. No, Alan is as solid as a rock. You know, you know, I've got Sherry and Alex and Ken and David, you know, and they are all right where they need to be running their teams. And then I got Alan. And Alan is as solid as a rock. And Rob has got such perspective for me. Jen and Ashley, if I point them in a direction, holy God, that's all I've got to do. They just, hi, no, and they do it better than I ever anticipated. And so it makes me look good. I'm like, that makes me look good. I'm like, I see them that way. And I did no such thing.
Because you can tell who all is like into it. Who all is just like chomping at the bit for something. You give them something and they just run with it. We've improved so many pieces in parts of NPS this year. It's unbelievable. I mean,
oh my God, I remember.
Would you have thought we would have had 50 reps on the page?
Oh, not 50.
That was too many this time last year.
You remember when it first started and we had a rep for every state? And I swear to God,
it didn't have more than one.
Dude, hole in a heartbeat, and heartbeat was optional. You know what I mean? It's just, I remember when Eric brought me in, and we had like a 45-minute phone conversation. I think what he was trying to do was just kind of get an idea if I was a twit or not, because I post nothing paranormal on my personal page. It is my very personal page, and just an FYI out there, if I catch anybody stalking my daughter off my page from NPS again, I swear to God, I have the money. I'll come to your house. And you won't like it. I know, right? And she's and you know, she's mini me, man. She takes no crap. And this woman went from NPS to my page, found my child, and was harassing my child.
That's not cool.
I know, right?
That's not cool.
But see, we have 50,000 people, and we cannot personally vet everyone. Mm-hmm. The wonderful thing is we have some outstanding members. Deborah Vanderbeck, holy cow, Chuck Lasher, Al Schmidt, just dozens of others I can't name right off the top of my head, but holy cow, they're out there in the trenches.
As much as we are. And when the members think they're rough, I think that's an honor.
I do too. I think, you know, I think we're moving in the right direction, and I think we're starting to create the momentum that we need, and we're setting the standards. And, you know, when you see somebody on the page being disrespectful and a member comes in going, dude, you're going to get booted. Straighten it up. It made me laugh. I was like, this woman was like, bye-bye, baby. And I deleted the guy, and she messaged me personally, and folks, I answer probably 60 PMs a day. Minimum. And she was so funny. She's like, I was wondering who was going to get him first. And I was like, dun, 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 it was me. And, and that's a rarity, because I promise you, some of those girls, like, oh my God, Bethany's fast. When she takes Bethany's on it. Wham!
No prisoners. I think it's funny because on the back end, which you guys don't realize is on the back end, we've got the reps page, and we'll post there if we need help, or, we're trying to call people in, and you're calling somebody in and somebody's already boom, boom, and you go back, you're like, what the hell? It's already been taken care of.
I know. I'm sitting on there, my phone's sitting there, trying to delete, and I'm like, what do you mean error?
Right. Or we're trying to comment on it, and I'm like, Candy, you've already taken care of it. You're like, ah.
Kelly Timmons is like, duh, I got it 10 minutes ago. What are you doing? I was trying to pee, but I had my phone.
I know, it's like, hello. Well, some of us are working on our phones, some of us from the computer. I mean, last night there was a thread that got out of hand, and, I kind of signed off, and I went downstairs, and I was still kind of chit-chatting with Alan, and all of a sudden, all sorts of hell broke loose on the page. So I'm coming back up here to get on the computer, and I'm just like, oh my God, how fast can I handle this?
I know, dude, I type almost 100 words a minute. I can't keep up. And I'm going to admit this, I am texting illiterate. When that woman comes on there and she's like, I got nothing, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That pisses me off. I get my 11-year-old, I'm like, you poke those buttons for mama, tell him ass. And he's like,
right.
And it won't let me cuss.
Mine's trained.
No, what the duck, and I can't say hell, it'll say hill.
You've got to train it. You've got to train it better.
I swear it all.
And if you want to put duck, mine puts the other word. I think it's kind of funny. It's a typical me phone.
I tell Carrie she's a dirty bitch all the time, and she's like, thank you.
It's not what I meant.
Put Snoop Dogg on. Ah!
You guys, y'all have no idea. When Kane and I get going at it in a PM, we'll be going, and it's like we both type over 100 words per minute, and it's just like nobody gets the word in edgewise with the two of us. It's just not going to happen.
No, because I'm answering the phone at work. I'm trying to do my bit. I've got four members just irate. Where is my orb? I don't know.
Did you have one to begin with?
Well, and I have to tell you, people should thank Sherry and some of the other members, because I am all down for banning clouds and orbs, and I'm also almost there about wood grain and fire. We got to raise the bar, but what I have to keep remembering is not to get jaded, because the newcomers coming in are, we're learning, and they're learning, and you know what? Who knows? Maybe the next big capture will be in one of those situations.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right, but I think the photography team is doing an amazing job in educating people. What I wish, if I had one wish on the NPS page, you know what it would be? People would read the articles and retain some of the information.
Right.
Folks, please don't post. Hey, I'm going to put a little jab out there. Do not post on our page or anyone's personal page unless you read the whole damn thread.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's so disrespectful. You're going to come in and start, don't be lazy. We all read the thread. There's a conversation going on. Questions are answered within it. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard to be respectful and read the entire thread. How hard is that?
Well, and a lot of the things keep getting repeated over and over and over and over, and then everybody's like, oh, the reps are bullies. No, we're just not going to pat you on the ass and say, it's Uncle Dino. No, we're not, honey.
But we're not
telling you. Yeah, but we're not telling you it's not Uncle Dino. What I need to know is why do you think that, and what you have to rationalize that. I keep putting out there soft evidence and hard evidence, tangible, intangible.
Right.
Scientific, spiritual experiences, folks. We're talking about this, and what NPS wants to do, it is not to kick out the science or the spiritual. I'm not a science Nazi. I'm just not. I want to marry the two, but to do that, it takes effort. You got to do both sides. Mm-hmm. Right? You got to do both sides, and that's kind of what the Endeavor Project is going to help us do. We've kind of held back on talking about the Endeavor Project because it's proprietary information, because We think it's going to be huge. It has the potential to be huge. It's going to teach us stuff. We have the opportunity. Are we going to put the work in, or is it just easier to show up and pretend we're Batman? What it means is you fill out documents. You ask questions. You ask uncomfortable questions. Yes, you ask about mental illness. Yes, you ask about health. But no, you do not disclose their name. Yeah, you don't disclose their name. We give a zip code. That way we can get the geological information. Who knows if they're sitting on a major deposit of granite or some other type of mineral, or they're above an aquifer or a natural ley line or those types of things. What we want to do is find out who's having these experiences and why. And it's going to take some truth and honesty. And, you know, I know there's 600 or 700 teams on NPS's website, and I would hope all of them would do their due diligence. Do I believe that all of them will do their due diligence? I believe that they will run their investigation per their team's SOP.
Right. And if we can help facilitate that endeavor. You know, we've got a lot of people posting on the page asking, how can I start? Where can I find a team? Hey, I'm new to this. The best place for you guys to go, and I can't tell you enough, and I wish the reps would tell people more, is the NPS website. Guys, we have built it to have the articles, the links, the resources, whatever you need is out there. And if it's not, come to one of us, we'll add it. Photography is still growing. We're still trying to get some more stuff added out there to help people with pictures. I made a post yesterday and pointed you guys to ASSAP. It's probably the best website that you can bookmark and go and look at stuff. So the information's there. You just have to go in and look and find it. And if we're doing that, then we're starting to move some stuff along. Then we're starting to think about debunking. Then we're looking at logical explanations, and we're ruling out the simple things that, you know, hey, this looks like, well, let's go and look at it a little bit more and let's prove what it is. That's our job. That's what we're supposed to do. I'm not going to go in your house and tell you Casper's here if I haven't even looked at anything or had any reason to believe that he's there. I mean, come on, folks. Right. You don't go to the lovely analogy. You don't take your car to the auto mechanic and have him come out and look at it, just glance at it and go, you know what, you need a new transmission. We don't do that. We expect them to fully examine the car. It's stupid if we don't.
Right. And NPS is not for everyone. And I will be the first to tell you, we pissed off a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And we will continue to do that. You don't come in, you're not condescending to the other members. You know, I'm gifted and you underlings just couldn't possibly understand. Okay, if you're so gifted, then why aren't you being useful right at the moment? Your gift would tell you to be compassionate and patient and educational. I would think. You know, Edgar Casey shunned society because he was mortified of what his gift would do. And that man had some metrics and some actual tangible proof behind what he was saying and doing. Somebody coming to the page and going, you know, you look like a mother. No shit. I'm 44 years old. Yeah, it's really logical I'd have children.
Right.
You know, I had a woman get on my page and tell me that I was pregnant. I've had hysterectomy, folks.
Oh, my God.
No, I mean, if you scroll down my page, I know, right? She goes, I hope you don't mind me saying this to you, but I see such a beautiful light around you, and I think you're going to have a baby. And I was like, what? What? Is it
going to be delivered on my doorstep by a stork? Because that's the only way that's going to happen.
Oh, no. I'm of the 2000 mind. I was like, I'm going to sue the hell out of that doctor.
Right?
And if they scroll down my page, they'd see I'm a cancer survivor and I don't have a uterus. You know what I mean? I'm all well and good with that.
You what she's talking about? Wonder why we don't always accept their friend request. I am one of the reps and one of the directors that will not just accept a friend request from anybody, because my personal page is my personal page. I have kids and I share information about my kids on my page. So unless you and I have talked on the page and we've had conversations behind the scenes, I'm just one of those stuck-up little brats that just isn't going to accept anybody's friend request.
Yeah, no, I have a beautiful daughter who's on Facebook, and she is more than accommodating, friendly, compassionate, and kind, and I have a 16-year-old son and an 18-year-old son, and I have countless family members that will completely crawl all over you if you say something stupid to one of them. And I tend to keep my personal life separate because it's my personal life. And I've been asked why I don't disclose stuff on the NPS page. For starters,
what do you disclose?
Well, I got asked why I don't post evidence. And it's because nothing has qualified beyond what I believe. I've had one EVP in years that I would qualify as a Class A. I don't let anybody near it. I've had it reviewed, peer reviewed by people who don't know who I am, and they were pretty impressed with it. But I still don't put it out there because I still have questions about it, because I can't account for every second. I am my own worst critic, folks. My absolute own worst critic. And
you know, you're showing that the processes that we use for NPS to look for logical answers are what you actually use. Because I'm the same way. Yeah, I might have heard something, but unless I've captured it on 2 or 3 different recorders at the same time and hear the same thing, you're not going to see my stuff.
Well, dude, I was standing out in the middle of the highway at midnight at a grave marker asking questions. And as clear as a bell, I asked, do you know what year it is? Can you tell me your name? And as clear as a bell, it says, I did. And then right after it said that, a series of semis just blew past us. And so, you know, we didn't think anything, of course, you know, we didn't audibly hear it or anything like that. And we're sitting there, Tally and I are sitting there going through it, and we put it through Audacity and Gold Wave and Pro Edit. And we were just dumbfounded. And then we sent it off to another team of some friends of mine in New Jersey, and they went through it, and we didn't tell them anything of it. We told them as a client. And, you know, and they responded really positively about it. But the thing is I've been doing this for years and years and years. All those years, one thing I can't explain. You know, and people wonder if I'm just a diehard skeptic. No, but I'm looking for the truth. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for something that I can go and stand up in front of a Harvard professor and say, here's both sides of it. You know, there was a wonderful article not too long ago where a professor actually quantified the soul. And I was really, it was so interesting, you know, because, you know, if you take astrophysics, you know, and you quantify the space and the time and, you know, the celestial bodies and the mass beyond the Earth's atmosphere, why couldn't that pertain to our spiritual complexities also? Because, you know, we're our own personal universes, if you think about it. And exactly. I mean, and you take that, and, you know, you consider environmental contaminants, the celestial bodies outside of your universe. I mean, there's just oh my God, it's just profound. There is just so much to take into consideration, and I think we minimalize it. And, you know, historically, people do not understand the brain and our fight or flight responses, or our, you know, what true elevations and blood pressure and those things can do. So what I'm desperate to do is to develop a way that we can blend that spirituality with the science, you know? And, you know, it was just 50 years ago that psychology actually came to be accepted.
Well,
I mean,
still discovering new stuff every day when it comes to psychology and mental disorders and illnesses and things that are going on. So, I mean, I think we're just now really kind of scraping the surface.
Freaking Will.
Get in the chat room. Get in the chat room.
Will is a very ornery individual who holds everything I say against me, just like a cop would. Huh, Will Crawford?
I wonder why that is.
Is that police academy training, I'm thinking?
Troublemaker.
Well, we have a department chair, Will Crawford, who just had a beautiful baby girl not too long ago. We wanted to cry.
Right now.
Yeah, she looks like her mother.
I think Will's still sitting there trying to come up with a comeback for you.
I know. Oh, and Jack Howell, happy birthday, bud. We're glad to have you.
We are celebrating a lot of birthdays in October.
I know, right? Oh, Libras.
Oh, my gosh. You guys are crazy. I'm ready for some
what?
Month.
I bet you are. What's yours, the 20? Oh, wait, yours
18th.
is... Yes.
18th.
I'm around. That's kind of funny.
Thanksgiving.
Well, you know, getting back to ghosts and hauntings, you know, we have a haunted locations team who is, oh my God, who is on fire. They are finding locations all over the world for us. And our web god, Ken and Jen, web gods, our pantheon.
Goddess.
I know, the pantheon of the web gods. They're working on this great interactive international map. You know, they have just
awesome.
They've taken the website and just made it fantastic. And I have to say, you know, on a personal note, I believe the people hate us. They hate us because we're so freaking awesome.
Duh. There's no one else out there that's going to compare. You know, I love it when people are like, y'all are just a stupid Facebook group. Really? Just a Facebook group. Have you seen our website? You have a website?
We have 28 pages. 28
Seriously?
pages to support the members page. 28 pages to support the members page. And I know, Will Crawford, you're going to say that's like my OCD, but it is not. Alan created a couple of those pages, and it is not my fault. And Sherry did a couple, too.
Hey, I made a couple. I mean, come on. It's got to be informative.
I know.
If I had it my way, the photography page would have even more sections, and we'll get to that with the new website.
Oh, the website. I'm like, what are you doing? And we just brought on a couple new members. No. Yeah, Facebook just getting almost too small for us. We're too sexy for our Facebook page. We are
just too big. We're just too sexy for our Facebook page.
Twitter, though.
Oh, crazy.
So COT. Compulsive disorder to organize.
Oh, my Lord. All right, Alan said he's trying to call back in. See, he's not trying to get himself off the hook.
Nice! Alan, Sherry wanted to see your boobs. I was trying to talk her out of it, but
come on. He said we can either try him back on his cell or give him a number to call in, so we'll figure it out.
Come on, Eric. Get him.
We need to have Alan on for his own show and put him on the spot.
I know, right?
Put the beast on the spot. Hey, I like that idea. We should start a ghost book, a paranormal online social networking site. I love it. Could you imagine? Ghost book.
No.
Hey, do you have a ghost book page? I love it. I love it.
I just can't.
Let's see if we can get the troublemaker back on, because, you know, we can't let the beast go.
We're paradise with the parabeast.
Watch, he's not going to answer. I'm like,
hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, it's Candy and Sherry with the radio show. Can Alan talk, please? Hey, it's Candy and Sherry with the radio show. Can Alan talk, please?
I can give you his cell phone number. He's on that.
You're his wife, right?
Yeah.
You're his wife, right? Did she hang up on
Oh, yeah. Hey, Eric, let me send you the number that Alan just sent me.
Yeah, because I actually, to be very honest,
okay, call her back. Call her back.
I got another number
because she doesn't need to speak that number over the air.
I wasn't gonna.
Mm-mm. Do you see the new number I gave? No.
Have you noticed how the spouses kind of linger around? You know, like last time when we put Tally down here, he was so proud of himself. He's like, I talked about my stuff. I'm like, yes, you did. I know.
It's so quiet in your house right now that I'm scared what's going to happen when we get off the show.
No, Tally is actually working in Utah building a wall out there for one of the mines. The two oldest boys are up in their room, and the two younger ones have gone to a friend's house for the evening. And the puppies are kenneled up.
Oh, see, we lose Candy trying to get Alan on.
Hello?
Gotta love YT. Alan!
Hey!
Hey.
All right, now where do you go?
Yeah, we want to talk to your wife. You're in trouble, mister.
Much better connection. So, Alan, we decided, while you were kind of away, that you're going to handle the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, it's all about ghosts and hauntings. So entertain us. Come on. The man of few words. Alan didn't know what to do. He's used to like bashing heads and throwing the whip around.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, he's ordering you pizzas
Hopefully
there,
this connection will last. But...
Do what?
Huh? I said hopefully this connection will last where I will...
It sounds a lot better than the last connection we had, so that's good.
And that was a landline.
Really? Wow. That analog connection was really distorted. Wow.
Well, it just shows you how digital technology is advancing now. So Alan Hank came up with the idea we need to start a ghost book page. I hear crickets.
I know, right?
Oh, we lost him. I think he does that on purpose.
I do too. I don't think he's going to answer. That's it.
Okay, everybody in the chat room, when we get off the show, everybody hit the NPS page, and let's just give Alan all sorts of shit.
You reach Alan's cell phone, his phone, please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll get back to you.
Leave a message.
Alan Marsden, this is the Department of Homeland Security. We know where you are, and we have an idea of what you're doing. We will be there shortly.
Hey, Todd, welcome to the chat room. Looks like we got the rest starting to join now. Who's made the page? Oh, my God. It's one of those nights, you know. You guys, you got to love live shows when we fly by the seat of our pants. Don't always know what we're doing, but we kind of play part well, huh? We're having all sorts of Skype issues tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, and we apologize for the delays, y'all. Alan just messaged. Alan just apologizes for us. All right, so back to where we were going with all this. You know, we've been really working on developing the departments and moving things forward. And kind of changing the whole tone. You know, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, people were developing the department according to their vision and according to their opinion. And what we're trying to do, moreover, with the departments now is give it a more well-rounded overview and tone. Like with the demonology department, you know, right now we're working on the different religions and how demonology is perceived in those religions. Not so much about how to go out and banish your own. You know, it's not all sanity and supernatural out there. And of course, we put Alex in charge of that. And Alex is a very intelligent, well-rounded, deliberate person. And he's not somebody that buys into fanatical, silly, frivolous stuff. You know, we get emails routed to me so that I can disperse them to specific departments to be handled. And I promise you, about every 1 in 3 is, you know, there's a demon in my house. I think society and social media has done such a number on people. You know, every time there's a bump, you know, a ding, you know, the sound, a crack, a crinkle, something they can't explain, it's demonic. You know, and I personally believe, you know, that has what to do with their emotional psyche, you know, and where they're at. You know, I know that I go out in the dark and investigate stuff that goes bump in the night. I promise you folks, there is so little that really scares me. I am more frightened somebody's going to take one of my children than I am that I'm going to be forgotten by the boogeyman. I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to set people's pants on fire. I don't believe Hasbro has created the Devil's Portal. I believe that if you're conjuring, it doesn't need to be a Ouija board. It has to do with you and where you're emotionally and spiritually at that time and what you invite into your life.
Your intentions are.
Right.
Can we say that?
Beg your pardon?
So we say that about any kind of tool. It's all about what your intentions are.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's kind of funny how many people really focus on
the dark and the negative. I kind of wonder where the propensity for positive and natural things are.
Well, and it makes you wonder, people that are having these experiences and they're taking that tone, are they bringing it upon themselves because they're not thinking in a positive light? You know what I mean?
And there's so much, I hate to say this, moderate, medium, small. I think people take their problem and attach it to something else so they can kind of deflect the issue off themselves. This pseudo situation, and it's so hard to do all that to be actually happy. I mean, I wish that I could push, and not dismissing having those or whatnot. Okay, the opportunity to something genuine investigated. There's a case going on in Virginia right now that I'm very interested in. Unfortunately, I can't get there to investigate it, so I'm having to, hand it off to somebody local that I trust and kind of vicariously watches it as it goes along. Here where we live, we live very rurally. I live in the sticks, folks. I live 30 miles west of Telluride, Colorado, in a town that's got about 1,300 residents and spread out over a very large area. So my opportunity to investigate residences has really diminished from 2 years ago. But very close to where I live is Uray, Colorado, who's got a very horrific history. Lots of old amazing buildings, an old brothel where people were murdered, that type of thing. As a matter of fact, Butch Cassidy robbed his very first bank in Telluride, Colorado. So, it's not a history-rich environment. It's just not. And that's something that we're doing. I don't know if you've done outdoor investigations over a long period of time. Is interesting. And, of course, it's a very animal-rich environment, so our trail cams are always catching deer, bear, elk, mountain lions, and teenagers. We're having to wade through that. But I don't believe something's haunted around every corner.
Well, yeah, I don't think people, I think people jump to the conclusion that something is always paranormal because they're either scared of it, can't explain it, or there's just, I don't know what the mentality set is at the time, but for somebody to come on and automatically assume something paranormal, the first question I ask folks now is, tell me what your time is to that's paranormal. You're taking a picture, tell me what's happened, tell me about the experiences, kind of share with me where the paranormal aspect comes in here, because I'm not seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And we have to. We just have to keep edging forward. We're gonna find that needle in a haystack. I wonder. I kind of people that deteriorate trying to figure out how to create that X-ray. Lots, including herself and her husband. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like I'm asking people to line up to be, wiped out or murdered. For all time we fail, we're one step closer.
I think there's going to be a lot of trial and error along the way before we get ready. And guys, we're having some issues with the show. It's just technical difficulties, so we apologize for that. You're in the chat room, we can still kind of think a little bit better, but just bear with us as we're trying to get Katie back on and show smooth. I don't know if the spirits are haunting the show or not.
It's because the kids aren't in the house. That's why.
Oh, you don't have enough activity going on to keep the energy level up.
I know, where's Princess Paisley?
Huh?
Where's Princess Paisley?
Paisley's at her desk. She's only here every other week. She'll be here starting tomorrow. We'll have to
She tried on a little hat costume for her costume today, but we've got to finish. She's got to put the on. I still got to put. You can probably see the hat back there on the ironing board. I still got to put her black shirt, and there's still stuff I got to do. Yes, folks, I take the paranormal into my personal life too, but I did not influence this decision. She wanted to be Bloody Mary.
You had no part in that, right? There's nothing that you know of.
I have no idea. This is my child. My older kids are all, they've been on my team. They don't, still go out with us, all three of my boys. But my daughter has always been scared of monsters. Some of you guys know the story. She's always been scared of monsters in the bed, and noises and stuff like that. Until one weekend, Mommy made a trip and we did a broadcast of our investigation live. And she was at Daddy's house, and she decided to log in. So what we does is ghost hunting. And it happened to be the one investigation where we caught mice and rats making a lot of noise. And it kind of scared one of the female investigators with us because we saw that and laughed so hard. So now she's like, Mom, there's no such thing as monsters and ghosts. It's just rats and animals. So now she's just totally calm about stuff. But she'll tell you, my mom's a ghost hunter. And when her friends start talking about ghosts being scary, she's like, my mom can take care of that.
That is awesome.
So now it's like when she came up with the whole Bloody Mary, I was like, okay. And then I'm like, well, we're going to go to a church carnival and a school carnival. It's probably not appropriate. So she's like, well, how about a witch? Well, I think you can dress up a witch, and that's going to be appropriate.
Right. I can't wait to see those pictures. I bet they're going to be precious.
Yeah. You'll probably see some previews this weekend.
Right. Right on. Right on.
So we'll see that.
We are. I lost you.
I know. I turned my camera off and back on because Eric wanted me to try to clear the audio a little bit. So he's bringing up a good point in the chat room. He says, what drives me nuts is when posters have already convinced themselves they have something. Post it and ask for opinions. Then they proceed to shut down all explanations because they don't mirror. I guess you got to type by there, Hank, but they don't mirror what the poster's opinion was. And it's kind of like, people, are you waiting for somebody to kind of pat you on the butt and say, it's paranormal? Because it's not going to happen. You're going to get 20 questions fired at you and probably another 20 based on those answers.
Right. They're already emotionally attached. And once you are truly emotionally attached to something and convinced, it is nearly impossible to get somebody to accept an amount of objectivity that gives them the ability to take into perspective what's actually going on. I laugh about this all the time because I am a diehard Libra. Oh my God. I consider everything and then I make my mind up. So I need to know what's on the other side, and my kids come to me about something and I give them the other side of that story, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean I'm not supporting them, but it means that I want them to understand the flip and the flop of it. And, people coming in and they're seeing a lost child in a picture. Nothing in this world, in my eyes, is as profound or as painful probably as the loss of a child. There's no rhyme, there's no reason for it. But, but I have to be honest, and I'm never cruel about it, and I will never be cruel about it, but coming to a page of researchers and explorers and investigators telling them that they're wrong when they're asking you just to please give it a consideration and to take their grief somewhere safe. And I have to say that 100 times. Please take your grief somewhere safe. That doesn't mean to another Facebook page, folks. That usually means home to cope or to a therapist to cope or a bereavement group. I'm not trying to be a jerk. You're talking to somebody who lost her mom to a very wicked bout of cancer. I understand. I held her hand when she went home. I held my grandmother's hand when she went home. Facebook is not the place, folks. You find predators you didn't even know existed. Trust me, I can talk on that one with some authority. And we had a member that got banned not long ago that was kind of preying on people in situations like that. And this woman thought she was doing me a favor, actually, and she started DMing me and messaging me. She remembers.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
And then I was such a
Satanist scientist hater that she started her own page with like 25 people. You hate on NPS. You go, honey.
Have fun with that. Let us know if the 50,000 and you have the issues that we have.
Well, it's not even that. If you're going to hate on me for being truthful, if you're going to hate on me, fine. But, you're not going to see me curse at you. You're not going to see me disrespect you. What I'm going to ask you to do is when you come into our home, and NPS is our home, that you be respectful. I would never come to your house and you do your crap. Never.
Yeah. And you know what? They have to look at where we're coming from. If you've got somebody on the page that is going through a period of grief, logic says you need to process through that, whether that's at home, with a counselor, with a therapist, whatever it is not through
friends.
Someone's page.
Yeah, family.
I need counseling. I'm not going to a paranormal page. I'm going to go see a therapist or somebody that is certified and educated in helping me deal with my grief.
Well, even reaching out to family, friends, anybody that you can talk through that grieving process, because it is a process.
Well,
to a paranormal page looking for validation. Am I seeing him? Is his spirit still here? Nobody can honestly answer that. And anybody telling you yes, they can is speaking straight out of opinion, right out of their thing. And I think it's wrong. And I just leave the members so vulnerable, and I think that's what we, as a whole, the paranormal community needs to make sure that we are not victimizing anyone. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Telling people they got it. I'm a remote viewer, and I can tell from Tennessee by just talking to you for 5 minutes, you've got 12 demons and 5 dead soldiers. You're like, bullshit if you can. Bullshit. Show me. Prove it. Show me metrics that you're accurate. But do not inundate somebody with more fear who's already in a situation they feel out of control in. That's kind of the case with this nice woman in Virginia. She's a single parent. She's frightened, and people are making her scared. And it just makes me furious.
People call us Nazis for it when we tell them it's being disrespectful on the page. You think it's a joke by saying something? Hey, yeah, I think you do have a ghost. You shouldn't go to sleep tonight. You have no idea what that person on the other end is experiencing, going through, feeling, what their past is. You don't know any of that. And so to come on the page and be that way, it's so disrespectful to me. It's not a helping mentality, and that's what we wanted in NPS. Would you do that to a friend that came over to your house? I mean, I don't think you would.
Well, and take it into better perspective. Pick somebody that you love more than anything in the whole world. Would you want some crazy person off of an internet Facebook page to be telling them all this stuff to frighten them? No, you'd call the cops or you'd show up at their house with a taser. I would. Yep. You know what I mean? You don't frighten my family. You know what I mean? If you're there to help, you're there to help and offer comfort. You don't touch the situation because, you think you're paranormal Batman. And, do no harm. Do no harm. You do not leave anybody in a worse situation than you found them in. Never. Never. That doesn't mean you rescue all the puppies and kitties because not all of them really want homes. That does not mean that you frighten a single mother who's, been through stuff, or frighten an elderly man, who's having, crisis of his faith, and tell him things that, make him relapse. Our actions have equal and opposite reactions, and we have to be very careful. And, I don't condone people riding in on white horses and jumping in your house and throwing glitter around, which you will clean up if you do. If you come to the house and throw that shit around, you will clean it up. Every last. I will not have it crap in my ass crack because somebody threw it all over stuff. And glitter. Really?
Of all things.
Ask your investigating team for a med list. I would. Ask your investigating team for a med list. If they show up with glitter,
if they show up with glitter, open the door and shut it and call another team.
Call the cops. Call the cops.
Unbelievable. I mean, the stuff that we're supposed to be doing and the stuff that happens, I've gotten to the point now that actually nothing surprises me anymore. It just doesn't.
You know, it's like, what are some people doing to get in this field?
Oh, I know. And I just want to put this out there. Y'all calling me a Nazi, it doesn't hurt. I'm half German. It doesn't hurt. As a matter of fact, I'm not ashamed in a smidgen. I'm also half Indian, so.
Well, you know, let's be honest. NPS is what, 3 years old? And it's been functioning beneath the same rules and the same manner for 3 years. So you think that calling us a Nazi or telling us that we need to learn how to moderate our page better is one person out of almost 50,000 is really going to make us stop and think? I don't think we grew from 12,000 to almost 50,000 in 10 months because we don't know what we're doing. Call me crazy.
I hope I spelled that right. Plural. The chat room doesn't have spell check. It's killing me.
The phone has a spell check. It probably would have put something else for you.
I told you, she doesn't talk nice to me. She's like, I got nothing, man. Lazy bitch.
You know what mine's been doing lately is not even typing what I want to type. I'm having to go back and edit my well, you know, I was bitching to you about the other day. I'm like, seriously, this is driving me crazy. I'm ready for a Note 4. So, guys, the Note 3 is going. It's going to be a 4 soon. Maybe like this weekend.
You know, Sherry, it is always awesome coming and talking to you on NPS Focus. We hope more people are eventually going to join us. But I'm excited that we've got quite a few people in the chat room tonight. It's really wonderful.
Oh, it's kind of cool to be on the page with all these people, and they come to the show, and we get to like live talk, for lack of a better word, with them on here because they see us on the page and text, and now they kind of get to interact with us.
And Hank Porter wants you to get a new phone. He's concerned about you, Sherry.
I know. I need a new phone. I absolutely need a new phone. This sucker's not charging. And I just kind of find, you want to talk about conspiracies.
I think it's funny that my Note 3 started acting up 2 weeks ago after the Note 4 was released. So I think somebody is trying to tell me that I need a new phone.
I think Siri's upset about Steve Jobs dying, so she's killing all of the electronic devices.
Yeah, I think so. Somebody's, they either want me to go back to an iPhone, which isn't going to happen.
I love my iPhone, though. I do.
I went from an iPhone to a smartphone. And I'm sorry, guys, sometimes you see me with my glasses on, and sometimes you don't. But when I'm at home on the computer, my screen's super big, like old lady big, because I have a feeding problem. Shut up. My phone is much bigger than an iPhone. Yes, it's almost like a little phablet. And I love that, because then I put my glasses on when I'm talking to you guys. So, shut your faces.
I'm not, but maybe we can get you a Braille app.
Oh, man, then I have to learn one more thing. You don't think I got enough shit on my plate right now? I still have graphics to do.
I know! And, dude, you are a rock star. That alone has elevated NPS above 99% of the pages I see.
What was so funny was updating rules graphics this weekend, because that was the very first set of graphics I ever did coming to NPS. And to me, that was the whole changing of the guards. Like, it was complete at that point,
I know. Look at us now. I mean, God, we are 12, almost 50,000. I mean, that's a substantial jump.
Yeah. It's crazy. This time last year, we wouldn't have even thought about it,
Oh, no, we were crazy about the 15 reps. 12,000 people we had.
No, I think we have enough. I don't think we need 50. I think we have enough.
I know.
Now I'm like, I don't think we have enough. We can't get the page covered 24/7. Guys, if you're watching internationally and you want to be a part of NPS behind the scenes, please let us know, because we're looking for some more international reps. We could use a whole big handful of them. And we're looking
for people with WordPress experience. come on over. We got stuff for you to do. It's remote. You'll enjoy it. Work with great people.
That website's growing.
It's because we got awesome sauce people.
Heck yeah, man. Got the badasses on our teams. That's for sure. Well, I have
no
straight up an hour. End of the show. So you want to close it up and we'll kind of give a little teaser for what we're going to talk about next week?
You got it. We'd like to thank our sponsors, of course, NPS Focus from the National Paranormal Society. Come visit us at our website at www.national-paranormal.society-org. And we have a second sponsor, One Stop Occult Shop, Blessed Be. That's www.blessedbe.cc. We've got everything in there. If you can't find it, you email us and we'll get it for you. Sherry?
I think that about covers it. Next week, we're going to wrap up Ghosts and Hauntings, and, we might just assign Alan to do the whole show.
Yeah.
Let's stop. And then I can't even remember. What are we covering next month? Do you remember? I don't know. I know photography.
Maybe health and safety. Maybe health and safety or haunted locations. I think it's haunted locations, actually.
We might actually just kind of continue on through it. It would be awesome. Right. So, yeah, we will see you guys next week. Just FYI, DNS Live is taking a little bit of a hiatus and taking a little bit of a break, but we'll be back. It's just killing me doing 2 shows and NPS and being a mom and working and all that. So DNS Live is going to be taking a hiatus, but you'll see me here on Focus every week with Candy.
Well, thanks for coming, you guys. Thanks for being in the chat room.
Thanks for being in the chat room, guys. Good night.
Oh, yeah. I can actually grow more with this one, I think.
I think so, too. Yeah. The Ghosts and Hauntings historically has been kind of underutilized. Once Sherry let it go, it just kind of stagnated. And we've had a couple chairs in there who weren't really motivated to mold it or to shape it or, to grow it. And it's the largest committee that we have. A lot of people don't realize.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt. Let me call Alan back right back because we're getting a terrible feedback on this end.
Okay.
All right, hold on, Alan.
All right.
In the meantime, while we wait for Alan to come on, you guys, it's still Ghost and Hauntings month. The photography team has this week for discussion week, so we hope you guys are enjoying what we're bringing to you. We're trying to take it from the aspect of looking at Ghost and Hauntings through the camera's eyes. So we're kind of doing a little bit more photo trading on stuff, but you guys are getting some excellent information out there. So you guys kind of joining on the threads this week as well. Sounds like we've got Alan back now.
I'm back. Is that better?
Much.
Yeah, it's like the Ghost and Hauntings. We didn't really have like a, I don't even know how to say it. There was like no definition to it before I took it over. And then after I took it over, it was like, okay, what do we really want to do with this department? And then I think when we had it held off or passed on to other chairs, they kind of were kind of like, what's going on? What do I need to do? What do I need to cover? And it's kind of like, each department, you make it its own. Hey everybody, welcome to NPS Focus. We've got myself and Candy tonight. We'll have one more, so you guys are going to be fully entertained tonight. We're going to continue talking about Ghosts and Hauntings this month, and I'm going to turn it over to Candy to do some announcing honors.
Well, we've had a changeover in some department chair positions. Our new lead department chair for the Ghosts and Hauntings division is Alan Marston. We needed somebody strong in that division that we know that will develop the department, and Alan is that guy.
I think that's awesome.
And taking Alan's place in the health and safety department is Shelley. She's going to be our new, our department chair there, and her assistant chair is going to be Catherine Moore.
They're going to do great taking over health and safety. Alan's had it for so long. I think they're just going to take and grow it more. And I'm glad to see now Alan kind of sliding over into something that's going to really challenge him.
Right?
Yeah, so, we're going to go on the spot tonight, too, aren't we?
Yep. Because the reps have been going pretty easy on him lately, and we can't have him, resting on his laurels or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, Alan, welcome to the show, and congratulations on the new position.
Thank you. I'm very excited to take it.
Now,
We're celebrating for you.
Up on you more. We need to do at this point, especially with Endeavor coming on. I mean, I know that I've got my own little projects kind of surrounding the back end of that keep me busy, but I think it says something to the folks that have been around for a while. We've had Alan around for a very long time. Want to be committed and that want to kind of grow NPS and see what it really can be. And it means a lot to us that we do have reps and directors that are there, right there in the trenches with us.
Right. Well, I know that people come to the page and they kind of look at it and go, well, why do you need this structure? Because, well, they have no idea that we've got 28 pages, a full website, and a major project getting ready to launch. And we're not your backyard investigation team.
You're amateurs either.
Huh?
We're not your amateur set either.
No, and I mean, people have to realize that, our rep set is amazing. We have an engineer from NASA, we have retired military, we have mental health professionals, we have people with RN degrees, we have firefighters, we have retired military, we have stay-at-home moms, we have retired paralegals, I don't think there's a facet of life we don't care. A facet that we don't cover.
Absolutely.
And and where would we be without our control freak, executive assistants and organizers and our OSHA specialists? I mean, everybody brings something so
kind of where they'll be kind of their separate entities, but also work together as well.
Yeah, I think that'll be awesome.
Well, I mean, if you have ghosts, you have hauntings, so it's kind of parallel.
Well, and I think if we start focusing more on bringing more attention to the department, which we haven't really done, I think when you're talking about famous locations, I think everybody knows about them, but I think it's the more lesser known that people really want to read and learn about, and I think that's where we're going to start kind of getting a draw. And I think there's still more to ghost and hauntings to be explored than just that as well.
Yeah, and we have the opportunity to really direct the flow of NPS in the page with each department bringing in the subject matter that they're supposed to every day. To kind of elevate it from the novice perspective. We're still bringing information and we'll teach the newcomer, but we're also trying to bring in more information that's going to feed the experienced person also. Like I said, NPS right now is really, really working on raising the bar.
I think we're going to see some more changes. I mean, Candy, it's almost been a year now that you've held the reins, and we've come a long way in 10 months. So I think kind of getting around the curve of 2014 going into 2015, we've got Project Endeavor coming up. We're pushing a little bit harder on all the departments. Everybody once a week has a topic to post on the members page. Once a month, we've got an article to post on the website. So we've got a lot of stuff that we're pushing and going with. I think raising the bar is what photography was very stagnant when I took it over. And oh my gosh, look at how much it's grown now. So it's just a matter of making the department what you want it to be. And I think we're going to start seeing some major changes to Ghost and Hauntings with Alan in charge now.
Absolutely. We have that guest list in Ghost and Hauntings to be working off too, so that we can start bringing people some of the more popular hauntings and maybe some of the less known. That it is each department is supposed to bring a subject to the members page once a week. And Alan is very consistent. He's stable with that, and he's got a great group of people under him. So I can just see that there's going to be so much information brought in from so many different perspectives. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Well,
hopefully we can bring it up to NPS standards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I mean, look what you did with health and safety. And it took me to get a mental health professional and an RN to replace you.
2 people to replace one.
No.
Up with that. So, Alan, I mean, you kind of got put on the spot today with all of this. So, what do you think? I mean, kind of putting your hands around it, getting your head around it. What do you think you're going to want to do first with the department, trying to kind of ramp it up a little bit?
Basically not nothing too major at this point. I want to take it off really slow and just kind of build as we go, and hopefully bring it into a lot more perspective, not splitting the group as ghosts and hauntings, but